what's up, guys? It's been a hot minute, or so I feel like. It's been a very long few days. I took the trip. That video I posted was a little later than I should have. I had already actually took the trip to Italy when I posted it, and I've been busy ever since. So I had passed the tests and did everything I needed to do. I packed, got everything together. Then the journey finally begins. We drive to New York City, 6 hour drive, no, 4 hour drive, all the way to the airport. Some people were very nice enough to give us a ride, and took a ride all the way to the airport, got out, took my duffel bag and suitcase. Now, I had shown my parents my duffel bag, and before I had packed it, it looked a lot smaller. And then I packed it, and all of a sudden it looked a little wider. It's, no big deal. Walk into the airport, and they kind of look at us, and this check-in lady that I'm talking to was very rude and did not want to be helpful at all, and then just started giving me a bunch of crap, wasn't going to let me through. It was really frustrating. It really pissed me off, but I kept my cool. What had happened was my bag's dimensions were too big. The weight was fine. Everything in it was fine. Kent had to put some of his stuff in my bag because his was too heavy, and we checked it in, paid the extra $60 or whatever, left. I'm mad. I left my Game Boys in there, so I wasn't going to game for the rest of the trip. So, she tells us, once you get to Zurich, because we had to stop by Switzerland, we had to check in, get our bag to repack it, and then go. And I was like, fine, we'll be sure to do that. We get through security. They have my stuff. They're looking through my stuff. I'm like, huh. Then they're looking through my wallet. And then I remembered I left one of those foldable knives in there. And I was like, guys, I left a foldable knife in there. I showed them where it was, gave it to them. They taped it up to throw it away. They were intrigued by it, to say the least. They were like, wait, before we tape this up, let's show everybody. And so they're showing everybody around. I was like, okay, that's frustrating. So two very frustrating things happen. I get back, my Kent's talking to some old lady. I don't know, he has this thing, he just ends up talking to older people. He gets along with them. Then we go to our gate. We get to our gate. I'm starving and I'm mad. So I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I get the third spiciest thing they have, which is the mango habanero, I think is what it was called. And it was hot. I ate about half of it before I decided that I was not going to finish it. And I tried. Literally, a tear came out my eye. It was really spicy. Then Kent was talking to yet another old lady, and she spoke Italian. Earlier, I have to say, when I did go to get the food, I had stopped by to get drinks for me and my brother. He wanted some kind of ginger ale or Sprite. I picked up a bottle of green whatever. Turns out these bottles were $5 a bottle, and it was some kind of lime sparkly water. Airports overcharge food. It was ridiculous. So we sit down, we talk to this lady, get to know her. It was pretty cool. We spoke in Italian. Then we finally get on the plane, and the plane ride was nice. There was some turbulence, like scary amount of turbulence actually, and watched a couple of movies. Everything was great. Landed. Okay, we look at our tickets. It's go time. We gotta get going to the bag and straight to the gate. If there's time, we will get food. If not, we won't. After being in college so long too, airplane food actually tasted like gourmet. It was really good. Then we get to one of the checkout. We thought we were supposed to because it said get into checkout 1. Well, that checkout 1 was a Swiss airline checkout, which is not what we were taking. They told us to go to the checkout next to us. We got there. There wasn't really a line, so we got there pretty much immediately. Lady told us we got there, and it was... we got there 5 minutes later than we were supposed to. It was 10:35, and we needed to be there by 11:05. And she told us, well, you're on time, but the problem is our systems shut down, so we can't give you, because you had to get a ticket or something to, even though we had the receipts, to be able to take the next plane or whatever. And we missed it. And also, by the way, let me show you your ticket. The bag goes directly to Fiumicino. So we didn't need to stop to get our bag. Sorry, wow. We didn't need to stop to get our bag. We just needed to go directly to the gate. And my dad told me we could probably just use the receipt instead of get another ticket, even though that's not what we were told. So, I don't know what to do at this point. We don't have internet. We don't have data. We can't, because it's Switzerland, your phone from the States shuts off. So I asked the ladies at the desk what to do. They gave me a way to get code for Wi-Fi. I called my dad. I got a hold of him. He told me, go negotiate with them. If not, I'll be looking into train stuff. I'll be ready to take a train. I tried to negotiate. They told me there was nothing they could do. They gave me a number to somebody who could do something about it. But then when I had called my dad, he told me, well, there's not going to be enough time. Take the train. And take it now because it's about to leave in about 20, 30 minutes. We get down. We get into the metro. We get down. We get into the metro, take the train to the central of Zurich, and I have to say, by the way, this was a beautiful place, beautiful country. I would have loved to have more time to visit. And then we had looked and looked and looked for another train. It took us forever because there was no way of finding it. I had asked around, nobody speaks English, and then I'm starting to have a meltdown, so I said, fine. You know what? I'm done with this. I'm done putting up with you. I'm done trying to figure this out while I'm taking care of you. You ask somebody. The first person he asks speaks English and knows where to point us to. We get on a train. We take the train like an hour or two earlier than the one we were originally supposed to take. Our parents told us to take that one. So we did. We take it. We couldn't get our tickets changed in time. We were on the train. Train goes off. Okay, finally. We're finally headed from Zurich to Milano and from Milano to Roma. And that pretty much, at least for Milan, we can speak the language, So we were kind of finally relaxing. Conductor walks by, asks for our ticket. We give it to him, told him, yes, it's a couple hours off. There's not much we could have done about it. We don't have Wi-Fi to change it while we're on the train, because you can do that. Change your ticket on the train, and he would not. He charged me 170 euro. That's about $180, $190 to be able to continue to ride the train. So we did. I paid with my credit card. I couldn't call my dad. There was nothing I could do. Later on, of course, my dad offered to pay me back. Very nice of him to do. I don't know how I could have done that without him. We get off. We get to Milan. The first thing we do, we saw there was a train about to leave soon, so we tried to get our tickets changed because it was going to leave in 40 minutes or something like that. And I went to change the tickets. Kent didn't have his ticket downloaded already for some reason. So we were like, okay, well, we got to find Wi-Fi to get you a ticket, and we'll call Dad to update him on everything. And that's what we do. Well, while I'm trying to get ready to get the tickets changed, after Kent had given me his, it had turned right into the time of when the train was supposed to leave. And I was like, you know what? We'll just leave the train we were originally supposed to leave. Yeah, so our train was late enough where we arrived right on time when we were supposed to anyway. And we just had 1 hour layover, basically, of waiting for the next train to arrive. So we do that. I get a little sandwich and coffee for my brother. So because we have to pay to be able to use the free internet, and to do that, so you have to buy something, which understandable, no big deal. I needed something to eat anyway. I hadn't had anything to eat since breakfast, which was 2 pieces of toast. So I had this sandwich that was pretty good. We get on this next train. We asked around. We get onto one train. The train left 5 or 10 minutes earlier than it was supposed to, which was like, okay, whatever. Leaves. The conductor's like, oh yeah, you took the wrong train. See, this is train number da 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 56A or whatever, and the train you're on is da 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 567 or something like that. They got very technical, and he was like, I'm charging you €10 a piece per ticket. Now, do you want to pay for both of you or not? And I just was like, I'll pay for both of us, because the less receipts that are spread out, the easier it is for my dad to pay us back. We had them updated, by the way. Told them where we were at. They were finally, stress-free. For 3 hours, they didn't know anything. We're done with the day. We're cranky. We're done. Okay. We get on the train. We read the tickets, and we read where we're supposed to sit, because they're very specific about where you sit. You can't just sit anywhere, apparently. So I look, and I read my ticket, and I look. There's this really pretty girl alone that we're sitting next to. And I was like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. We sit down. This guy comes by, and he's like, oh, you have my seat? I was like, wait, what? No, there's no way. I look. Well, we did have his seat. And we had mixed up chairs or whatever. But he said, you know what? You're with your friends. I'll switch. Can you just show me where you sit? I showed him where I sit. He went and sat in my seat. So now we're sitting next to this girl, and I'm like, well, I guess we're friends now. She said, yeah, I guess. And so we introduced each other, got names, shook hands, and got to know each other. And she is studying some kind of she wants to get into medicine. And while she's waiting to do that, as she's working, she's a model. And I gotta tell you, she was pretty enough to be a model. Here's a picture of me meeting her, and it cheered us up quite a bit, and we were just having fun. Kent can tell you, she was getting really flirty, twirling the hair, everything. It was fun to flirt, exchanged Instagrams, and just got to know each other, and then left, and I'm probably never going to see her again, which is fine. It just was nice to be able to talk to someone like that, and I realized, I guess I just get along better with Italians. My personality just matches it here better, and I hate to admit it, I am more Italian than I am American, and that's just how that works. We get off. Finally, we're in Rome where we're supposed to be. We get to our parents. We explain everything that went on, and we went to eat at McDonald's, which was great because in Italy they make McDonald's differently than America. That was our crazy adventure. And, he was like, no big deal. We'll pay for everything except for the food. The food was on you, which was I'm like, hey, that's cheaper than what it would be to pay for everything. I'm more than fine with that. That is more than fair. And everything was good. We talked with family. We got up. We went home. And it's like that movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's probably an older movie that not many people know about, but that's what it felt like. Just the whole trip was just after telling Dad about the model, he pointed out some things. He was like, well, yeah, you're much more charismatic here because you're a lot more outgoing and blunt, and that's just an Italian thing that Americans aren't used to, and that's why, they see it as a lack of respect to be so blunt. And in Italy, it's the opposite. It's like if you're not blunt, you're hiding something, and you're not going to get to know someone that way. So that's why, that's a bit of why I am how I am. And I do have to say, I do like being blunt more. It's just, I actually do like some of the culture here better than I do in America. I'm learning. And I don't know, it's interesting. After we get home, the next day, we're jet lagging, we're tired. Get ready. I decided, I was talking to my mom. One of the first things my sister told me was like, your beard looks nice, but it would look better if you cut your hair. And I was like, okay, thanks. And I had thought about it for a while. Like I stated in the last video or the 2 videos ago, I don't even remember anymore. I've been thinking about getting a haircut. Pretty much like this. It's kind of a mess right now. I didn't shower today. I just kind of took it easy. I'm still jet lagging, so. I had decided to get a haircut, and that's what's happening here. And it's the first time I've really ever done it, and it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Thinking about maybe getting red streaks. I don't know, like little red highlights. Very subtle, but we'll see. Now that we're here, we went and saw Star Wars 9, which was amazing. I loved it. It was really, really good. And now, today, we've just been chilling, trying to catch up on jet lag. I've been trying not to fall asleep as much to try and fight jet lag, and it's not working. Struggle to sleep at night, or stay asleep. I fall asleep, but then I can't stay, and I'm constantly waking up, and then during the day is just killer. Yeah. It's nice to have home-cooked meals again. It's good to be out of college. I haven't really worked on anything since I've been here. I need to get to work on drawing again and getting done on my comic book and movie. But before then, I need to probably rest. I'm going to buy my mom's gift soon. Me and my sister and my brother are chipping in on it. I don't know what I'm going to do for my dad yet. I'm probably going to go to Frascati, go to the leather store, see if there's something for him. I don't know, otherwise. And that's all that's going on right now. My ex did try to get a hold of me. She was like, I need to talk to you about stuff I need to return to you. I said, well, we already talked about this. Whatever you have that we agreed on you having, you keep, okay? I'm leaving your ring with my sister, because the ring she gave me was her grandmother's as a promise to come back and not break up with her, which, yeah, slap in the face. So I've had this ring this whole time that I'm leaving with my sister to bring back to her. I'm not going to see her, talk to her, whatever. I haven't seen her in 6 months now. It's crazy to think about, and a lot has changed since then. I'm much happier, much more confident. Not to say that she didn't make me happy. She helped get me there. It just became toxic. Things just happen. It's sad, but there's not much I can do about it. I know I'll get there one day. Right now, it's just not my time. And in the meantime, I have a lot of work to do, and I gotta get my life together before I can even consider somebody else. We'll just see how that goes. Well, I'll try and keep y'all updated. I'll probably edit this soon. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm in a lazy mood and need to catch up on rest. But also, I want to try and keep y'all updated. I'll catch you later.